Morning. Sorry, I'm trying not to shake the camera. Um, so I've been working in my art journal, and yeah, so this is the page I did this morning. I didn't do well, I did do a process video on it, and then my phone cut me off. So it's like, okay, fine, we'll do it this way then. Sometimes, the universe dictates what happens. So that's the case for today. Um, so I've been working in this smart. Small is the word I'm looking for. Sorry about that. Small art journal, and this time I did collage more than anything. And this one here, I did. You know how you have some leftover stickers on, a sticker sheet or whatever. It's a good jumping off point for a smaller art journal, or even a bigger one. That's fine too. It works quite well for something like this. So if you're sometimes stuck with something, get your old stickers out and see what you can make with it, and go to town with it. Potentially, you can come up with something pretty interesting, or you can just add it to whatever you want. So they're not going to go to waste, and they're not just going to sit there. So if you feel like destashing, that'd be a good way to go. But anyway, so this is the one I did this morning. It's called Meraki, which is of Greek origin. It's the soul, creativity, or love put into something, the essence of yourself that is put into your work. So that is what I've done for this one. It's a little bit different because I don't do a whole lot of collage in my art journals. I've done a couple, but not too many. So, but this time around, the terracotta soldier, and then I had some English roses and a couple of birds, and the the soldier sits on the Great Wall of China. I'd love to go there someday, maybe, in the future. Who knows? I have a lot of plans, just no bank account to go with it. Let's put it that way. Anyway, I digress. So this is my way of sort of keeping track of what I'd like to do with my life. It's like, and that's okay if you're always stuck. If you're stuck for some ideas, you can sort of, instead of writing down in a journal, this is a different way of doing it. It's a lot more fun. Let's put it that way. Personally, that's what I think. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just finishing up this little bit here, and just, my handwriting, I'm still improving it. Um, I really don't do a lot of practice. I probably should do a little bit more. But, you know, I try to keep it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can go as complicated as you like, of course. Why not? But for me, I like to do it a little bit more simply. Only because I want it to be stress-free, and I don't want it to be, you know, too much work. Some art pages you spend a lot of time on, and others not so much. So it's kind of nice to sort of decide which ones you do want to spend time on. There we go. Tea is the cure-all for just about anything, depending on the tea, of course, but some are better than others. I like tea. And then I am just going to I don't know, sometimes, decorating both sides works just as well. It's a simple way to keep track of different things. I don't know, I enjoy it. And it gives you another way to color things in. I don't do a whole lot of doodling in this case, so it's kind of nice to just do something a little bit differently. That turned out well. I just color them in. So I get, 2-for-1 kind of thing. I have this Pinterest board that does, it's all quotes and whatnot else, and poetry and things like that. So I like to be able to just do different, things on these pages. Eventually I'll erase the board and make more room on my phone, which is probably a much better idea. But for now, I'm using it as a jumping off point for my art journaling. So why not, right? And this says inner peace. It's the same as this one over here. I really like this. It's to remind myself to, you know, relax, calm down, release the stress, let go of things that don't serve you, kind of thing. So it's kind of nice to be able to have that little bit of reminder. So, which we all need every now and then, I think. Anyway, so my last video, I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's you know, a few tips and tricks here and there of things that I've, you know, worked out in my own studio for allowing myself a little bit more space. And it really does help. It's nice to be able to do something, you know, that can help a lot of different people in many different ways. And it doesn't matter if it's an art studio or, you know, if it's, you know, your desk area or whatever. So it's kind of, yeah, check it out. Check the video out. It's just a different way to get some extra storage space out of your sometimes too cramped a room. You know, if it's a bedroom or an office, it doesn't matter. They all work out quite nicely. So this is another little trick. I just keep one of these little pieces of acetate on my desk. I just, you know, put a little bit of washi tape. Usually I have it off on the side here, just over here on my desk. And then I just bring it closer. I'll leave it on the edge of my desk usually. But for today, I'm showing you what I usually do, what I would do. And then I just, it helps if you fill these up on a regular basis. Mine are usually empty, but it's nice to be able to just sort of, you know, use it as a palette and then go, and then you can use it in different areas. Again, putting a little bit of color over top of stuff that you've already glued down, it does help. It makes it pop a little bit more. So it's kind of nice to be able to sort of, you know, enhance it a little bit where you can. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it. It's nice to have it close by, and you can just sort of color it in wherever needed, and then just let it go. So yeah, this is my recent art journal page. I just put a piece of acetate there so it doesn't leak through all the way. And it keeps the back of this a little bit cleaner and less wet. So this will dry eventually, but it makes it a little bit easier to write poetry or quotes or whatever, you know. I like these words, you know, the origin of words and things like that. I really enjoy that. So I've always been into it. English is my second language, so it's nice to be able to understand where a lot of words come from. So I do enjoy that. So I'm going to let that dry, and I will show you something else. Okay, so washi tape. Everybody has it. And I went to town. And I just decorated my, I chew a lot of gum to help stress release in my jaw and in my shoulder. So this really does help. The medication I'm on for my migraines, it makes my mouth really dry, so I always keep gum on hand. But I buy these big packs, you know, it has the big lid and everything. And then I just took the label off of it and I used washi tape on it. And it looks a lot prettier in my studio. So if you don't know what to do with washi tape, because some of these are my favorites, this is a good way to do it. It's a lot of fun, and you can also give it as a gift, or you can just use it as storage for whatever you feel like. You know, it doesn't have to be gum. It's nice that it's gum, but it doesn't have to be. And then my other one, I have to go all the way across the room. It's not that far away, so, but my other one is, ta-da! Okay, so this is what I imagine my soul would look like. So there was this one quote, it says, decorate your own soul. This is what I would imagine my soul would look like if I could decorate it. Hold on, let me see. Oh. So there she is. All right. So now you can see her. But I just used some washi tape and ribbon and flowers and some butterflies. And that is what I did with her. I just used some feathers for her hair, one of my homemade flowers as a crown, and her face is a butterfly. I don't know. She doesn't really have eyes necessarily, so I don't know. What would your soul look like? This is one of those, those sketch dolls and whatnot else that you reposition. I got mine at the dollar store for $4. It was, yeah, I know it's not a dollar, but anyway, it's one of those dolls, and it's wood. You can paint it if you want to, or you can do whatever else you want. You can dip that sucker in glue and put glitter all over it if you really want to, but I thought, the quote of decorating your own soul, I thought it was interesting and kind of cool. This is what I imagine mine would look like. A little bit disjointed, a little bit funky and weird, but overall, it's definitely a sight to behold. Let's put it that way. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I might buy another one and see what I can do without. So, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.